Well, go on, family tree. We're back with another episode of Movement Decoded. Movement research, this one. Just going to throw some concepts out there. This is to come away from being too fixated on tricks and skills and maybe doing A, B, C, D. We have one movement. We're here. We connect it to another movement. We connect it to another movement. Another movement. Whatever. What's in between that? We can turn off the brain and come away from these rigid structures. This is what we're going to work on today. So, first thing, we'll just warm up with a bit of balancing. Balancing on one foot and paint around the space with your toe. Play with reaching into space, containing, foot comes behind, and then once we really take the foot in different directions, so we can loosen the rein of the hands and notice where the hands act as a counterbalance to where the foot's going. If I lose balance, I stay with it, re-anchor, and do the other side. Explore. Doesn't have to be a fixed pace. So this is a balance play. For primarily exploring, where does the rest of the body offer accents or merely just counterbalance? I had fun with that one there. Next, musical statues. I've not got any music playing because honestly I can't bother to go through the whole copyright thing, so it's just you and me and my voice. If I sing a song, I'm not singing a song. Musical statues without the music. So just moving statues, I guess. You're going to pick a shape, pick a shape, pick a shape, pick a shape. All I want you to do is just be decisive with the shape. Do not worry about, maybe explore, you can explore stretch sensations. It was nice to explore stretch. But just be decisive with whichever gesture you're moving into. Even if you don't know where to go, just move your body and then just stop when something feels right. There's no objective right or wrong. Just be decisive in your movement. It's getting very sassy. I feel quite zesty today. Is what it is. So now, a little example of that without the talking. Just being decisive. I don't know where I'm going, I don't know where I end up. Sometimes it's because the position feels uncomfortable. I'm like, how could I come out of this into a new space where it doesn't feel as uncomfortable? And then I just arrive into a new layer of discomfort. or comfortability, whatever it is. So there's a Hoover in the background, but we'll try and just go with. I hope you can't hear it too much. So now, instead of being we're still being decisive, but can you curve into the decisions? And it's really how you interpret that. It could be curving of just drawing a curve, curving a limb, curving the imagination. If you have a position you have already in mind that you want to come into, say it's standing instead of 1, 2. How can I find the curve there? Still musical statues, moving statues, but curving into a stop point eventually. Same premise. What should we do? Alright. Next, this is very subjective, very open to interpretation. Now, instead of pausing through the curves into position, can you explore where you take there's a mental note of going, this position I would have stopped in if I chose it. But you let it just move through and go to the next stage. So we're still exploring the statues, but we're just saying, like, instead of walking in the museum, looking at the statue, moving along, looking at the next statue. Now we are the observer and the art as well at the same time. So how can you now be the observer, the mover, and look at the statue? You don't have to do this point, but just walking around the museum, look at the statue, look at the painting, look at that broken piece of artifact, high and by. Oh, I don't like that one. I'm going to come to this one. I'm going to go to a new room. How can we move through? I'll try to demonstrate it. It's very, very, very internal. I kind of cue when a statue would be. And it's very much feeling a felt sense for me. And then I'll stop cueing it and just show kind of how it comes up. Statue. 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 No, I'm not going to cue it. But I'm feeling where this statue might be. I might propose a shape into a statue, but move through. So that was that layer of movement research. Now, let's get some very, very soft acrobatic elements in there. I think I had more planned, but I think we're going to leave it there. And just find a tipping point of these statues. So you see lovely, I've forgotten the name, Venus de Milo. or however you say it, up on a perch, and some kids come along and pushed it over. Shattered. But someone's come into the rescue, slid along the floor, caught it. You're safe, Venus. Let's put you back on your perch. We're going to be coming into the rescue for ourselves. So now we're going to play with tension, spacing, and weight shifting from foot to hand, hand to foot. So, first of all, we're going to be based. We're going to reach out to one side. You're going to reach as far as you can. As far as you can. Don't pay lip service to this. Really draw as much tension as you can. There's going to be a point where you need to lift off a foot. I've got cramp. And you lift off that foot. The tension is coming the other way. As I reach. Now through the reach, I'm trying to guide this hand to the ground. But I'm keeping tension. It's almost like there's a tug of war between these two extremities. But the hand is winning. Tap. Ground. Lift. So I'm going to reach. Drinking bird. Let the beak leave one ripple into the still body of water. Base. Lift. Base. Lift. Demonstrate one more, different angle. Really not paying lip service to any moment now. This is a really beautiful aspect of controlling entry and exits out of our acrobatics. Can we incorporate this reach now into a weight shift? So rather than, can we create this organic tension? It's not rigid. It's alive. There's a buoyancy. There's just reach and space. I should tuck this in. So when we reach, use that tension. We can go very slow. Reach. Maybe what we did before, reach. Now as this hand comes down, I place the second hand down. Little weight shift, that's all. Can we try that? We'll try these pushbacks. It's almost like you're entering a cartwheel with the space, push back to stance. Notice my head is very relaxed. Base, control, tension. Base, control. So the landing doesn't have to be really foot to hand to foot to hands to foot, and use it. I'm not just saying the word just for effect. It's like all of that sensory experience that comes with that familiarization of your feet on the ground. Use it. Place your mind there in the present. Foot, hands, use. Then we have choice. So when we land, we have choice. We land, we have choice. We land, choice. Cool. Digressed a little bit. Now we're going to play with pushback, pushing variations. We're just going to work on single leg today. So it's going to be basically in a very linear term, which we're going to break apart completely. A standing splits hop. 1 foot down, pull, tip, pull, catch, lift. That's it. Pull, tip, catch, lift. It's not a scissor switch. Obviously you do that. This is a little. Please run away with these after maybe the session and then steal like an artist and chop and screw. But for now, that's all we're doing. Use the reach to give yourself space. So, now, different entries. We're going to be in a sort of a, not side on, but a bit of a lunge position. So I'm basing over one leg, back foot's turned about 45 degrees. I've got, for today's session, 2 options. I'm either going to reach and I tilt one way and follow this path, or I reach, tilt the other way and follow this path. Notice there's a hand that's closer to the floor. This is the hand that's kind of going to anchor first. The other hand reaches. Reach, tilt, the lower hand anchors, and we come back. I'll do the other side, different angle. So it's not side on this time. Turn, reach, tilt, follow that direction. Reach, tilt, follow that direction. Because this is going to bring us into 2 beautiful variations. Sort of a hopping meia lua de compasso, and maybe like a low, I don't know what it would be, a low meia lua de frente, half moon. So one you'll notice is front side, the other is back side. So how do we turn this into the acrobatic element? The front side one we'll do first. I reach if my right foot is forward, I tilt to the right, follow the path off to the right, and then I'm just going to hop my foot past the hands essentially. Base and lift. Other angle. Front side still. Didn't base. It happens to the mediocre of us. That's the front side, that's meia lua. Drawing this half moon. And please, any capoeiristas, please correct me if you know the name of the kick. Semantics at this point, if it feels good for the body, it feels good. Next, the back kick now. The hopping meia lua, but with free energy, which comes from the reach that we give at the start. Reach, this time I tilt inwards, not outwards. I tilt in, the lower hand reaches to the ground, the trailing hand reaches further, and then we just hop where the space allows. Back, another angle. If I reach inside, I'm kicking outside. If I reach outside, I'm kicking inside. By outside, I mean this is inside the body, this is outside. Yep. So you don't have to think about it too much. If you just reach your hands in a direction, which we're going to invite in a moment, it's going to be clear. So Now that we have those, should we combine catching our Venus de Milo? I hope I'm saying that right because I'm not going to look it up. So we have our statues. So we're going to recap from the beginning. Decisive statues. Curving statues. Stopping at each artifact for a beat, for a few breaths. I'm staying upright. I don't know why. It can come down. Oh, I was going to do curving. Now we're in curving. You don't have to be too attached to the distance. And passing by, letting the artwork pass you by. Notice now we start to explore reach. Moving through the statue and exploring the reach. To gently build the gap between the playfulness, you can just find your statues. And then as you base on one foot, reach through that limb, reach any limb, place any hand down. Which direction does it take you? I'm just having fun. Does that make sense? I hope it doesn't, because that's the point of this. But if it feels good, if it feels right, you're probably right. I hope you enjoyed. Like it, please. If you're watching this, subscribe. Why not? If you want to offer an extended form of gratitude, you can buy me a coffee, because this content is free, baby. So it is what it is. Damn, it's 20 past. I said someone could come in 12 minutes ago. Oops. Yeah, there'll be more. Leave comments if you want to. Any feedback, findings, feelings, thoughts, questions, queries, criticisms. It's all welcome. I've got thick skin. Unless you're really, really mean. I'll probably dwell on it for a couple of days and then forget about it at some point in a bit.